What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite features in the game, and that is Suicide Masteries. Yeah, I love Suicide Masteries. I think they're just so fun to play with. So let's get into it. Offensive tree. 1 point in strength, 1 point in greater strength, 1 point in pierce, 1 point in lesser precision, and then 5 points in precision. 1 point in lesser cruelty, and then 5 points in cruelty. 1 point in glass cannon, 1 point in recoil, 3 points in double edge, 3 points in liquid courage, then 1 point in despair, just to open up, 5 points in deep wounds, then just 1 point in assassin. Okay, I'm going to go through why I have these allocated in this way in a moment. So, defense, 1 point in vitality, 1 point in greater vitality, 1 point in salve, and 3 points in recovery. Then 1 point in energy resistance, just to open up, 4 points in physical resistance, and then 4 points in perfect block. Then 3 points in willpower, and 3 points in coagulate. Moving over to utility, I have 1 point in limber, just 1 point in dexterity, that's all you need. 3 points in parry, and 3 points in stupefy. Now, when it comes to Alliance War defense, you have to take suicides off, right? So that kind of costs units to kind of switch back and forth. So the way I have my build set up is that utility and defense do not change. When I switch masteries, I only change the offense. The defense and utility stay the same. I'll tell you why. Utility is pretty simple. I just max out parry. I like to reduce chip damage. Max out stupefy. Pretty important for limber nodes. So that's pretty bare bones, pretty basic, right? I avoid petrify, and I don't have pacify. I mean, they're great masteries. I just don't have them. And I do not place any Mystic champs, so I don't have the need to put any points in Mystic Dispersion. Now, defense. This is where I put a lot of thought into it. Now, coagulate. I have maxed out because, 1, it reduces the damage from my suicides, of course. But number 2, I have a bleed node on path 4 in Alliance War. And it's the node right before the mini-boss. And there's always like a magic or a dorm there. And if I bring in my Iceman, I just degen or limbo to death. Even if I'm boosted, I've done it before, and it just like, I just always give up a death there. I come prepared with a bleed immune champ, and then the champ that's placed there just wrecks me. So I was trying to figure out how I could curb this, and by putting 3 points into coagulate, it reduces the damage quite a bit. And when I go into those fights with, I can go in there with my Gwenpool and boost up, wreck that node super quick. I can go in there with Blade, who I have just recently pulled, Awakened, brought up to rank 4. Go in there with Blade, wreck that node too. By having that coagulate, I really, because it bleeds you out in a minute. And by having coagulate and willpower, I can push that fight on to about 2 minutes, a minute and a half. And I can end that fight just like that. And I don't give a death. Get full attack bonus. I don't know. That's well worth it to me. I do not have salve maxed because other than the mental thing of seeing that your health is ticking for like -2 every tick, you really don't take that much damage at all. It's just like a mental thing. I think those points are better spent in physical resistance, so I'm reducing chip damage, reducing that block damage if I miss that parry, or the game doesn't register it. So that's important to me. Now, moving into the offense, and this is the part of the tree that I change, if I'm placing defense for Alliance War. And if I have enough units, I'll switch back to suicides for the attack phase. If I don't have enough units, I'll kind of, I'll stick it out and I'll do the attack without suicides and just boost up and Fights just take a little longer, but no worries. Yeah, so I have basically everything's pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, putting 3 points in Double Edge first before you put 3 points in Liquid Courage, so Archangel doesn't turn them into a neurotoxin. Some people might be asking, why don't you have 1 point in Courage? Because that's a very cheap pickup, and it's a good pickup. The way I have, basically I could take 1 point from Coagulate and or 1 point from Parry and put it there, but I've got enough attack. Attack's not a worry of mine with this build, so I like to put it in Assassin. I like that additional 20% attack increase when the opponent is below 18%. I like the 12% ability reduction on their end, and I like my 30% offensive ability increase. So yeah, I mean, I think Assassin is a better spent pickup for 1 point. I don't have 2 points in Glass Cannon I don't have Glass Cannon maxed because that's like an additional 5% attack, which with the consideration of 60% increase with suicides, man, 5%, that's no big deal. Yeah, so other than that, so when I switch to, when I'm placing Alliance War defense, all I do is I take those 7 points from the suicides over here. So it's at 3, 3, and 1. I take those, I put 2 into Glass Cannon, okay? So that brings me down to 5 points. I max out Assassin, put 4 points there, and then I put 1 point into Courage. And then, so it costs about 100 units to switch back and forth. So it's pricey, but if I had the units, I'd do it. I think it's worth it for me. Now, for Alliance War attack, for the week of Alliance War, I probably won't switch very often. I'll probably just go back to a non-suicide build and kind of just grind it out, even though that arena is pretty painstaking when you do not have suicides. It's slow. But you got to save those units. I really hope Kabam allows us to I really just want to, if I could just pull the points from suicides right here, just steal those 7 points and put them somewhere else. Come on, Kabam, please. Please let me just switch points from different branches of the tree. I'm begging you. Please. Oh my God, it would make my life so much easier. You could just do so many things. You could just have this versatile gameplay. You could just take points here, switch it there, go do a fight. Switch points here, go to points here, switch. If you could switch points in between fights, oh my God. It would add such a whole new kind of strategy to the game. I think it would be so fantastic. So Kabam, you're probably not watching this. If you are, please give us that opportunity. Just take points from certain masteries and put them somewhere else. Give us that ability. Make it so much more fun. Anyways, so that is my suicide build. That's what happens when I take suicides off. Super simple. Just switching that offensive tree. Keep defense. Keep utility. Yeah, and that's my build. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you, and thanks for watching. I'll check you later. Peace.